So you have arrived at the last. Do step inside and take refuge from the rain for a spell. Warm the chill from your body. You move like an excitable rabbit, head turning all around and ears pricked up. But there is no need to be startled. If you are wondering where the voice you hear is coming from, then look above you, little one, and you shall find what you seek. Yes, that's it, human. A bit higher still. Your eyes have widened, and there is this subtle scent of confusion in the air. Such a curious reaction. Uruki wonders what you might have been expecting. At this time of night, with weather such as this, one would expect to find people in their beds, would they not? Uruki simply makes his nesting high in the rafters. A matter of comfort, you see. His body is large, and his surroundings are not. Built for your kind, little human. So Uruki must be creative with his nesting placement. Up off the ground is most comfortable. So much warmer up here, and can stretch himself out completely. A fine way to wind down after an average day. But perhaps, with a bit of luck, it won't be an average evening, will it? But Uruki knows you have not come to discuss the size of his nesting area, though perhaps an invitation to see it is not out of the question. He wonders, what was it that has led you to Uruki's humble establishment this night? Was it the detour you made in the spur of the moment, on your way back from enjoying all the nightlife this city has to offer? A tugging feeling, guiding your feet to this place of power. Or was it something you've made a point to do for some time, and have only just this night gathered the will to step across the door frame? Questions and answers, little rabbit. This is Uruki's area of expertise. Whatever your reasons are, know that you are welcome here. But in any case, Uruki has an awaited guest, so he will come down, so they may speak face to face. He is hesitant to leave the warmth of his nest, but Uruki cannot deny the request of his services, especially not to one he has waited on. Yes, indeed. You are familiar to Uruki. He has seen one in need in his divinations, and has long wondered when they would come to visit. Perhaps you have grown bored, sneaking peeks out of your window as Uruki passes by, the activity no longer satisfying you. He has felt eyes on him for some time now, calling out. Questions and answers, yes. The winds of time swell and flow, but there are some certainties to cling to. It was not ever a question of if you would arrive, only when. And tonight, you have mustered the courage to come to him. Uruki is most pleased. So, little rabbit, are you ready? Why, to begin your session, of course. Uruki can sense the haze that hangs over you and drags you down like lead weights. Difficult to think, aches and pains when moving, having trouble with restful sleep. All of these frustrations have piled up and unbalanced your body and mind. Uruki can help with this. His powerful tail can readjust the imbalance within to bring happiness and comfort once more. He also has other skills that may be of use to you, but that remains to be seen. There is no need to be shy. You have need of this, and Uruki has been patiently waiting for you to realize it. So he asks again, are you ready to begin? This pleases Uruki. He looks forward to providing you with the care you need. If you would just stand there is a few things that must be done before Uruki begins his work. There is good. Now, before he starts his work, Uruki must make known that this experience, while relaxing, will at first be intense. Should you be feeling any discomfort or anxiety, do not hesitate to let Uruki know. He would rather end the session than to continue and risk harming you. With that, there is only one thing he must cover before he may begin. It is alarming to some to be suddenly wrapped in a Naga's tail. So, Uruki will present his tail so that you may touch him. This is something Uruki does with new clients to get a sense of familiarity and place their minds at ease. Go ahead, touch him. You see, Uruki is quite proud of his scales. He has been told the softness that gives to strong muscles feel very pleasant. If you examine him so thoroughly, even Uruki might get a bit embarrassed. Your hands wander all over his tail, taking in every detail. Aren't you a curious little rabbit? Are you done feeling? You seem disappointed. You know, it feels even better when it has surrounded you. So do not fret, little rabbit. Now please, relax. Uruki will circle your body now, slowly wrapping his tail around in a few loops, applying a light pressure at first. Think of this as a tight, full-body hug, a sensation humans cannot possibly recreate. You may feel your feet leave the ground, but do not panic. This is normal. Uruki's clients have found it helpful to imagine they are being carried by a parent, or perhaps a lover. He has also been told the sensation is not unlike the gentle sway of a ship at sea. Do you feel it? Delicately rocking back and forth, so safe and warm. You are doing so well. You're not nearly as tense as when we started. Your body must be starting to feel light, like a little cloud on a sunny day. Breathe in and out. Slow, even breaths. Focus on the swell of your heart and lose the boundary between flesh and scale. Very good, little rabbit. You are nice and relaxed. Just focus on Uruki's voice as he kneads your body, taking all of the tension and stress away. You are like dough in Uruki's coils now, as he squeezes and stretches. All of those feelings just melt away. He has done a good job in relieving you of your burdens, yes. The aches and pains you've walked in with are gone now, as well as the fog that has clouded your mind. A fine compliment to his work. Just lay still for now. Rest a bit and get your bearings. Uruki will unwind himself. No, do not fret. You Uruki does not wish to leave your warmth either. You fit so well in his coils, and radiate just the right amount of heat. Though, if you truly aren't in the mood to leave his embrace, perhaps he can show you his other skills, stimulating other places to make certain you sleep soundly in his embrace. That is, of course, if you find Uruki desirable. Your heat swells. The sensation sends a pleasant buzz through his scales. Such an intoxicating feeling. Uruki wants to feel your warmth directly. Still, Uruki is wrapping his body around you again, moving to a better position to unburden you. This is exactly what Uruki needed. There is nothing quite as pleasing to him than to clean up and spoil himself with the wonders of a hot bath. Especially after a day of work such as this. Uruki does not know what he is more happy to be rid of. The cold that caused such miserable aches in his muscles, or the sharp rocks that press and pierce so carelessly into his beautiful scales. Uruki tries so hard to look his best, and yet a single trip out of town and up the mountains is enough to put him in such a state. Never mind the return trip down. Just as taxing, but this time in the dark. Well, at least keeping Uruki out so late has its perks. He has the bathhouse all to himself, and it has been a while since he has had the time to properly relax and enjoy some much-needed pampering. Uruki can feel the hot water warm the chill that has gathered so deeply in his bones, truly lifting his spirits. And the fine soaps and brushes he has brought along with him to clean and buff his scales, making them shine so beautifully once more. He welcomes the feeling. Yet, Uruki knows the only reason he can afford such luxuries is through the work he does here. So as much as he doesn't like to admit it, Uruki must occasionally do unpleasant things to keep the life he has afforded for himself. After all, the only thing worse than being paid to be uncomfortable is being uncomfortable and not paid. But now is not the time for him to bother himself with such things. The spoils of the day is all that concerns Uruki for the moment. No idle thought or intrusive portent will soil his time for him. Just a lovely night of bathing in this wonderfully hot bath, watching the stars and their endless constellations before Uruki returns to his home to rest. A fine way to enjoy the luxury his coin has bought him. What was that? Another visitor, so late at night. Uruki was hoping he would have the place to himself, but alas, he does not mind sharing the bath, so long as he is not bothered. Wait, could it be? Oh my, a familiar face crosses Uruki's path once more. Hello again, little rabbit. So wonderful to see you after such a long time. Our last meeting was far too long ago. What is with that stunned look on your face? Such a curious thing. Did Uruki surprise you? He hopes so. There are fewer things that Uruki loves more than surprises. They are such welcome irregularities to the prophetic sight that his skills with divination give him. And an unexpected meeting with one of his more spirited clients is certainly a welcome surprise to Uruki. Well, what are you waiting for? Come on in. You're letting all of the steam out. Much better. Uruki was convinced he would have to spend this evening all on his own. But it seems as if fate had other plans, yes. Once again, we find ourselves together. A happy bit of happenstance. Well, Uruki doubts that you came all of this way to simply stand in the doorframe. So, why not avail yourself of all that this path can offer you? Uruki can see, even from here, that your shoulders weigh heavily, dragged downward by stress and hard work. Poor rabbit. Uruki's heart breaks for you. Perhaps he could be of assistance once again. Yes, Uruki likes the sound of that. Let him just get up. The air is so bracing on his skin. But it feels more natural to speak with you like this. And Uruki does enjoy being face to face. Your wandering eyes betray you, rabbit. Uruki's body has caught your attention. Yes. He feels your eyes upon his flesh, greedily drinking in every detail. Uruki wonders what you linger on most. Is it his tantalizingly soft lips, his slender waist speckled with dazzling emerald scales? Or is your attention focused a bit lower still? Turning red after a little teasing. You are quite the bashful one, no? Uruki would think that after last time you met him, he would be used to seeing his body. You did, after all, have plenty of time to feel him all over, and to taste him as well. Uruki remembers your taste as well. Heavy and full, like the sweetest of creams. And the heat you shared at his koyan, the same vibrant warmth that reddens your face even now. Oh, do not look away, little rabbit. Uruki likes seeing how his words affect you. It is no fun for him if you hide your reactions before they can be savored. Uruki is still getting used to the way the people of the bronze tops conduct themselves. So much more reserved and demure than what he is familiar with. A focus on freedom and living as one chooses, yet there are still some things that catch them off guard. And personally, he finds this quite adorable. Uruki is only teasing you, little rabbit. It does delight him so. Uruki is pleased to share this night with you, and for humoring his playful antics, he would also like to properly repay you. And Uruki has just the thing in mind. You have come here for the same reason Uruki has, to scrub the labors of the day away and ease the stress that has gathered alongside you. Uruki is already well versed with relieving the burdens of others, as you are intimately aware. And he would be very pleased to help you wash and relax, if you would allow him. Once again, you do not hesitate. It is always so delightful to find one who is so honest about their desires. Come then, little rabbit. The water is warm and inviting. Enjoy its embrace as Uruki tends to you once more. Yes, that is it. Much better already, is it not? The gentle steam of the water does wonders to help clear the mind, and it also brings such wonderful feelings on the skin. Don't be shy. Come closer. Uruki is talented, but he does need you to be near so that he may do his work. There you are. Such a good little rabbit. Let Uruki get a look at you. Just as he remembers you. Although a bit dirtier than Uruki would like. The streaks of grime do give you an alluring, rugged look, but clean and relaxed is how Uruki likes his rabbit best. First, something must be done about his hair, and Uruki has just the thing. He has spent no small amount of coin to purchase the finest products for himself. One of his favorites being these. A shampoo made with mango butter, brought all the way from the Vitalite Ocean, close to Uruki's home island. It has traveled a very long way to get here, and now it finally finds its use with you. Here, get a sense of how it smells. Wonderful, yes. Uruki cannot wait to see how you like it. So, he will get started right away. Heavenly, is it not? The feeling of Uruki's fingers gently massaging your scalp, easing the shampoo into your hair. This smell does bring back pleasant memories. It reminds Uruki of the mangrove forests he played in as a boy. How the sweet-smelling breeze flowed effortlessly alongside the sounds of waves crashing against the shore. Uruki used to play all day there, in the warm sand and clear water, with the sun shining so brightly, you would think that it would never dim into night. Uruki sounds as if he misses it. Yes, there are times when he does, but Uruki did not belong there, so he needs to leave, to find somewhere better for him. Shh, quiet now, little rabbit. Enough of questions. As good as this shampoo smells, Uruki can assure you that the taste does not match. So, as much as he likes to hear your voice, he would prefer that this little rabbit closes his pretty little mouth. For now at least, until Uruki is done with his hair. Surely, you would not want a bad taste in your mouth, and Uruki would not like that either. It would spoil things for him later. What does he mean? Perhaps Uruki will show you later, but for now, close your eyes. Uruki is finished here, and now he will rinse out your hair. There you are, little rabbit. It is so much easier to see you now that you have been scrubbed and cleaned. Uruki has done quite a fine job, has he not? Your hair is beautiful once more, just as Uruki remembers it, with such soft curls that are delightful to the touch. The way they frame your eyes is just wonderful to look at. You blush yet again. Uruki is pleased that he can bring that out of you so easily. Now that your hair is taken care of, Uruki thinks it is time to move on to the rest of your body. Of course. Surely you didn't think that Uruki would only do this much. No. He would not want to leave you feeling unsatisfied. Especially when he has such wonderful things in mind for you. Don't be startled. Relax. Uruki is just wrapping his tail around you again. There is nothing to be worried about. Trust him. You do remember how much you enjoyed this the last time. And now, there is no barrier between us. You can feel Uruki's scales directly on your skin. Are you enjoying the sense of pressure he is giving you? The tightness that surrounds you now, holding you so snugly in his embrace. Uruki can make it so much better with this. This is a new sensation for you. The feeling of scales slick with soap, coiling and rubbing all over your body, all at once. You look taken with this treatment, little rabbit. Uruki thinks you just found your new favorite way to bathe. And Uruki does not mind doing this more often. He is happy to be desired in such a way. This has not always been the case for him. Yes, it is true. If you can believe it, Uruki is not well liked in his homeland. He lives as a pariah of sorts, for nothing more than the circumstance of his birth. You have noticed by now that Uruki's eyes are different colors, yes? A rare occurrence, and to many, an ill omen. The color of one's eyes are the way to determine the origin of their bloodline. We have all heard the tales of a gallant hero with burning yellow eyes bearing the blood of a mighty dragon, or of the clever trickster with the charming pink eyes of the Fae. But what of those like Uruki, who have two eye colors? He bears no special bloodline, but through the act of fate or an unfortunate quirk of his birth, Uruki is something else. He is Naga, yes, but in time, he might become something else entirely. Something new. A race all his own. This scares people. They fear what is not known and shun what they do not understand. Uruki has spent much of his life this way, until he could bear it no more, and left his home behind for his own sake. And eventually, the path Uruki traveled led him here, and he settled. He is a stranger to these lands, but treated more as a curiosity than as a menace. And despite everything, Uruki has made a comfortable life for himself. And beyond that, he is pleased that his skills are not shunned, but sought out and made use of. It might not sound like much, but that is all that Uruki has desired in his life. To be somewhere where he is wanted. And if he is not mistaken, Uruki is wanted desperately right here. He feels the heat you give off, so much warmer than the water around you. Not to mention the stiff part he has felt poking at his scales for some time now. What a naughty little rabbit. Getting turned on by Uruki's washing. Whatever will he do with you? Uruki can take care of you, of course, like he did before. Although, this time, he was thinking he could massage inside, stretching and kneading the ache that you have so deep within. Uruki wants you here, now. You feel the proof of this pulsing, hot and heavy against your back, yes? He remembers how surprised you were to learn that the Naga have 2 instead of 1, and you had double the fun because of it. So, what will it be, little rabbit? Shall Uruki make a mess of you once again? Uruki cannot help but like it when you desire him so honestly. A good rabbit like that deserves a reward, yes. A kiss will do nicely. This is turning out to be a wonderful stew indeed. Uruki cannot wait for it to be finished. It will be the perfect counter to the rough day he has had. Climbing up the mountains, with the snow and wind whipping all around him, robbing the heat from his very bones. Poor Uruki suffers no matter how many layers he has. But he should not complain about taking the journey. After all, the only reason he is up here is because his powers are finally being recognized by powerful people within the city. They have personally come to Uruki and asked him to use his powers of divination to help predict any dangers that will happen over the winter. Uruki is finally gaining respect in the city, but The hefty amount of coin and personal favors that can be called it later were more than enough for Uruki to accept the job. He didn't think, however, that they would send him on a several-day-long trip to the top of the mountain in order to draw from a place of power and fuel his magic. A tradition, they called it, one that their own oracles have used over the generations. Uruki is happy to be involved in something so important, despite the distaste that tradition has left with him. Still, this shows that they are beginning to trust Uruki. Perhaps if he makes himself useful, they will no longer see him as an outsider and welcome him to the community. That would be nice. Uruki has not had a place that he belonged in quite a long time. He will have to see if these people are willing to accept him for what he is. But first, he must do what is asked of him. And thankfully, he does not have to do it alone. How shocked he was to see a certain little rabbit patiently waiting outside his door, dressed for travel and with a bag already packed. Uruki did not foresee this, but he welcomes it all the same. After all, Uruki does love surprises, especially when they come in the form of a handsome young man willing to escort him up the mountains. And speaking of, Uruki hears the pitter-patter of little feet at the entrance. Welcome back, Rabbit. Uruki is pleased to see that you have made it back safely. Come in, come in. Uruki has been very busy setting up camp while you were away, as you can plainly see. He is very happy with the progress he has made, if he does say so himself. With great efforts as well as Uruki's own skill in decoration, he has turned a drab overhang into a warm and welcoming shelter, complete with all of the comforts of home. Here, underneath the sturdy rock walls, we are safe, shielded from the worst of the elements, and kept covered by the various tarps and fabrics strung up along the walls. They will trap the heat, conserving it to keep us warm. No point in wasting it. Uruki has also cleared out this area of any loose debris, any small rocks, leaves or sticks that might have been blown in over time. He has taken what is useful among them and used them to build a small campfire. After setting out the cookware and other equipment, including our bedding for the night, Uruki lit the small fire and has been using the embers of it to cook up a delicious meal. Nothing too complicated, of course. A simple meal of rations and foraged mushrooms that he has picked up along the way. Uruki is also making some tea, brewed from the dried primrose plants that he cultivated from his garden back home. Once it is ready, it should soothe any pains that the journey has caused. As he has said, Uruki has been quite busy, so you may go ahead and praise him for his hard work. He knows that he has earned it. Thank you, Rabbit. Your words are as pleasing as they are true. Uruki has used all of his skills to make a comfortable camp while you are out getting more wood for the fire. Uruki cannot have his dear rabbit working so hard and not provide a fine place for him to return to. It is the least he can do, though Uruki is willing to do much more. He has thought of many things, mostly involving handsome rabbits. There it is. Uruki was wondering when he might see your face grow warm again. You've covered such a pretty face all day to keep you safe from the wind, denying Uruki even a small peek. But now, Uruki can look as much as he wants, and he intends to get his fill. But first, these bulky clothes, they must go. Outside of this place, they serve a purpose, but inside, there is no need for them. Now that the fire is fed, and we have enough wood to last us for the night, Uruki can finally get out of this damp coat he has been wearing. It is unfortunately not as waterproof as he would have liked, so this gives a chance for him to dry it off. That is much better. Has Uruki ever mentioned how much he hates wearing layers? Such heavy winter clothing is not flattering to his form at all, and it is such a waste to cover Uruki's body. As beautiful as his coat is, Uruki does prefer to wear less whenever he can. Uruki does agree with your practical outlook, but he also plainly sees your eyes running over his body. There is no need for embarrassment. It is natural to want to look at beautiful things, and Uruki is beautiful indeed. So he does not mind if you look at him in such a way. But you know, Uruki likes pretty things as well. So, why don't you come sit with him so that he may properly appreciate you? Oh, and Rabbit, leave the coat behind. You look so much better without it. Good boy. Now come, sit with Uruki for a moment. Oh, why so far? Uruki wants you to be much closer than that. Here, let Uruki draw you in with his tail. Much better. Uruki has been cold for too long, so he could use some warming up. And there is such heat radiating from you, little rabbit. So toasty and warm. Uruki just loves how you feel in his coils. It reminds Uruki of simpler times in his life. If he closes his eyes, he can almost pretend he is back in his homeland, feeling the sun beating down on him, warming his entire body and making him feel so alive. Oh, the days he spent in it, on the beaches near his home, listening to the waves crash against the beautiful pink sands. Uruki swears that he can almost remember how they felt, shifting underneath him as he wandered and played. It has been a long time since Uruki has thought about that, and he does admit he misses it sometimes. But Uruki will find another home. It does not have to be where he was born. Home is where you are comfortable being who you are and do not feel the need to hide yourself. Uruki has spent too much time hidden away, trying to belong to a place where he was not wanted. Uruki's home is out there. He is sure of it. And who knows? Perhaps he has already found it. Who is to say where Uruki's journey will take him? But Uruki knows where he would like to be right now. He would like nothing more than to be closer to the one who always seems to be running into him. The curious little rabbit that appears over and over again, with soft hair that Uruki cannot help but run his fingers through, twisting around these wonderful curls. What peace it brings Uruki as he slowly wraps himself around you, taking you deeper into his coils. You do love the feeling of Uruki's silky smooth scales running over you like an emerald river. Tightening down with every breath that you take. Uruki knows that you enjoy it. Your enjoyment is plain in those sparkling eyes. Such a pretty thing you are, settled into Uruki's coils, like prey ready to be eaten. And Uruki does want a taste of you. Are we nearly there yet? It has been nothing but trudging through the snow and ice ever since we started on this mountain journey. Uruki is freezing his tail off. Today started off so good. Uruki wakes up in warmth and bliss, blankets and furs heaped on top of him, and a lovely man in his coils, well rested from a night of intimacy. For all the good he did, all of the warmth was stolen from Uruki not even an hour into the journey, and now he shakes and shivers as this miserable climb continues, with no end in sight. What was that? Are you laughing? Is Uruki's misery amusing to you, Rabbit? You sit and chuckle at his sorry state, even as he tries his best. Seems that you have a horrid teasing streak, Rabbit. Uruki's methods are sweeter by far. You should learn from his example. As irresistible as one might be, there is no harm in showing a softer side. Take Uruki at his word. He is quite knowledgeable of such things, as you well know. Uruki is too cold to be flirty. When are we to arrive at this site? Surely it cannot be too far away, after all of the climbing we have done. Nearly there? Thank Marasai. The scaled sovereign may yet grant mercy. Uruki suffers in this cold. The ice gets into his scales and sends awful frozen pins and needles all through Uruki's poor body. How his muscles ache. Such a frozen wasteland this place is. Why anyone would choose to live here is beyond even Uruki's sight. No offense to your horrible homeland, of course. Still, Uruki would give almost anything to have another long soak in the hot springs, rather than be up here, where his only source of warmth is complaining. When were you planning to tell Uruki that you were stopping, After he has run into you? Uruki can hardly see with all of this snow. What are you doing, Rabbit? Are you taking your coat off? In this cold? Has Uruki been traveling with a madman? This is an honest question. Do not look so exasperated by his questions while you are doing a foolish thing. Huh? You want me to wear it? Oh, really? Uruki does not know what to say. Huh. It seems this rabbit is very sweet after all. Yes, thank you. This will help. Much better. So warm. It even smells a bit like rabbit. A scent Uruki finds he likes very much, like mountain berries and clean linens. This brings warmth to Uruki, enough for him to feel his aching muscles. One problem for another, yes? Perhaps once we are finished here, You could give Uruki a massage. He certainly would love the experience of your hands running over his body, pressing down and working all the kinks out. Yes, Uruki is feeling better, enough to want to tease a flushing red from your cheeks, a shade he desires to see in all of its glory. Thank you again, sweet, darling rabbit. Wait. Uruki feels something in the air. A pulling. Can you feel it, rabbit? Like a tide, ebbing and flowing, dragging through you. Oh, there is magic nearby, old and immense. A place of power is very close. We are nearly there. The air vibrates, reverberating power in all directions. Uruki senses it keenly. His own magic calls back in the response. You feel it too, do you not? Your magic resonates, pulsing in time. It is as if, for this moment, we and this place share an arcane heartbeat. Magic flows so freely here, close enough to touch and bolster. Even after such a short time here, Uruki is already starting to see the strings. Yes, the strings. They are always near when Uruki is divining with his magic. He could see them ever since he was young. Small, thin wisps of magic, trailing off into the ether. Some connected to something or someone, and others not. Some of the other mages of his homeland have called them the strings of fate. As if such things exist. You seem confused, Rabbit. Ah, it must be confusing for a divination user to talk so flippantly of fate. Uruki understands the strangeness of it all. To the outside, it must seem as if fate is what he deals in. Not so. When most think of diviners, they think of fortune tellers, prophets, and seers who can part the veils to see clearly into points of time. It is mostly used for foresight into the future. But as far as Uruki has been able to tell in his time seeing, there is no one who has the power to know the future. Time is not a book that has been written. The story of one's life is not predetermined. Fate, as we understand, is a mortal interpretation, some blind grasping at the how and why of things. The truth is, only the gods have any claim to fate and its workings. The best seers understand that what they are using for their portents is not fate, no true seeing of what is to come. No. What we use is much simpler but no less powerful, and that is probability. Taking all that is known, as many details as possible, and using it to determine the likelihood of outcomes. And with this place, with such a wealth of magic, Uruki can cast his focus more clearly than ever and see many, many details. But this is useless without knowing what you are looking for, yes? Too broad a net will catch everything and make the image less clear. Thankfully, we have a topic to divine for. The banners wished for Uruki to attempt to make a prediction of any dangers to be prepared for, and this is where he will spend his attention. Okay. Uruki needs a minute to warm up a little bit more. Alright, that is better. Stand back, please, dear rabbit. Divinations can sometimes be intense. A little further. More. And good. Right there. How long will it take? Well, Uruki does not know. This is not as simple as plucking a fruit from a tree. First, Uruki must find what fruit he wants, and then find the right tree and search for the fruit that is just right. Now shush, you are distracting Uruki, and he is eager to get this over with and out of the cold. So sit there for a moment. This will be over soon. Follow the strings, pull taut on the winds. Tariku mighty Yati, Al-Karida, Tuka, Aindgaro, Ashamsi. There is something coming through. Uruki senses a pressure growing to the west. The air is changed, stirred by something beyond natural. A maelstrom. Yes, it will likely be forming there. He sees it swirl and howl, gathering itself, waiting to be unleashed. There is something else, barely there, but Uruki sees it, like a shape just out of sight in the dark. Something stirs, much farther west, beyond this land, but like ripples over water, it will reach everywhere. A change, a breaking. Uruki cannot tell. The strings are going slack. There is no more for Uruki to see. Uruki's eyes are always so dry after doing this. Hard for him to see out of them. The strings turn to spots so easily. But there is always a price for such things, yes? We have learned what we came here for. But could we stay for a bit? Until Uruki's eyes are better? It shouldn't take more than a few minutes. Yes? Good. Come, sit with Uruki for a while. Enjoy the sun rising with him. Come close. Let Uruki repay your kindness with heat of his own. Snuggled up alright, Rabbit? How lucky you are to have Uruki's coils once again. You may thank any gods you wish for the experience. Thank you for coming with Uruki, Rabbit. He would have been lonely without you. When we are back home, come with Uruki again to the hot springs, yes? He thinks we have earned a good soak. And you could use a bath. Uruki is only teasing. He is warm enough to do so again. Hush now. Enjoy the moment, dear Rabbit. It is quite a wonderful one.